Hey, you guys, thanks for listening in to this episode of Tips with Tea. On today, I have Miss Jamie with us. Hey, Miss Jamie, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So thank you for being a guest on the show today. So tell us a little bit more about yourself and what you do.
All right. Well, my name is Jamie, and I'm the owner and creator of Jay's Butter, which is a three-in-one product for your hair, face, and body. I'm also a community event planner. Um, and I mean, of course, I'm a mom, but I can't list everything I do because we'll be over here, but I'm a life coach. I'm a Christian life coach as well. So those are my three main things: Christian life coach, community event planner, and a product creator. Oh, and a stylist. So yeah, all of that good stuff.
Look, there's nothing wrong with being a serial entrepreneur. Have many gifts. Use all your gifts. But how was your journey of becoming an entrepreneur? How did that look like for you? What did it look like?
It looked like multiple jobs, like regular jobs, and staying up late at night to do what to do the actual product. So I started off with the product. I
Mhm.
was working at the doctor's office, and my son had had eczema since he was born. So he was using triamcinolone from a baby, and we went outside one day. It's about 5-ish. Went outside one day, and it was snowing. He came back in. He broke out in hives because his skin was so thin from that steroid.
Mhm.
And so I was like, well, something got to give. So that's when I started playing around with different natural things to make, and that's how I kind of came up with the formula for Jay's butter.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hmm.
And I know you was telling me before that you had started Jay's Butter like with just $75. So how was you able to start that with business with $75 and maintain your business without getting any loans?
Okay, so the $75. All right, this is what I did. Shopify at that time had a $9 buy button situation. So I was able to use my Facebook, make a Facebook page, link that buy button, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of looked like it's a website. And that's kind of how I started. I think normally people do like an email or email me when you want this, but like I had the illusion that I was like really, paid for a website, and I didn't. So I went through Shopify. That was $9 at that time. And then I went Amazon for the actual like product part of it. Like the ingredients of the situation, and I bought enough, what I'm saying, that could probably flip it. And so all I did my first 2 years was sell product, put the money back into the business, sell product, put the money back into the business. So I just flipped it.
Mhm.
I actually did a sorry, let me turn this off. I actually did before and after, like when I started, what my logo looked like and what it looks like now that I could afford the logo that I wanted. You get what I'm saying? Like it's kind of the same, but
Mhm.
it's a more spruced up version, if that makes sense. So, um, I actually did my own logo on Design-O-Matic. So I made my own logo originally.
Mhm. Well, that's awesome because most people think that they can't do it. They can't start with this as little as like $75. They just think they have to have so much more, and it's just like you just really just need to put forth the effort of getting started.
Right. The whole point was, you know, um, I had made the product. My mom tried it. She was like, Jamie, you might need to sell this. Took it to work. You know what I'm saying? They were like, nah, it works. And because I took it to work because us nurses, we wash our hands all day. So I was
Mhm.
like, try put this on put this on to at the beginning of the day. Let's see what your hands look like at the end of the day. And they were still soft. And so that's really what sold the nurses on it, because our hands be dry and stuff like that. And I was like, well, I only got $75 because I was really working at that time. I was working 3 jobs,
Mhm.
and because I needed 3 jobs to pay my bills.
Mhm.
So
Look,
75 was my excess. That's all I had.
mhm.
So I just took a chance at
Mhm.
that point.
Yeah, look, I understand when you first starting off, you're gonna have to work multiple jobs sometimes until you gradually can get your foot fully into entrepreneurship. Um, so another question I have for you is like, what advice would you give single mothers that are interested in starting their own business?
If I had somebody to tell me something that I didn't take into consideration, I would say, like, pace yourself. And if you're not used to rejection, if you can't handle no, entrepreneurship probably is not for you, because you're going to get a bunch of no's first,
Mhm.
before you get in a yes. And don't think that your family is your customer base. They
Mm-hmm.
do not have to buy anything from you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we expect that, especially as like single moms. We're like, well, they know I'm a single mom. I'm trying to do something on my own. They're going to support me. No, they might not be your customer, and
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't expect it. You shouldn't expect that support. Not even a share. Don't expect no shares, no likes, no nothing. Don't expect nothing from your family.
Mm-hmm.
Just try to find the people that you want to sell it to and accept that, and expect rejection. That's it. That's all I can tell you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then like tell us a little bit more about your Christian life coaching business that you have.
Okay, so it all ties in. When I started Jay's Butter, God had given me, of course, Jay's actually means victory,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he also gave me the hashtag restoring mind, body, and spirit, because your hair and your skin journey is not just a topical situation. It's internal, right? It's a physical situation. And so what God wanted to happen was the restoration or the renewing of the person, so that it can come from the inside out. So Christian life coach just kind of came with it, because now I'm trying to tell you what your mental health is. Now I'm trying to tell you your nutrition. Now I'm,
Mm-hmm.
getting into all of these sectors, because all of that matters.
Mm-hmm.
All of it matters when it comes to your hair and skin. Because your outward is a reflection of your inward. And so that's how I became a life coach. Really, I just took the class and then just tied it in. But I'm a stylist, so technically I'm a life coach for free. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, everybody business when you're a stylist, and you give, if you're smart, you give good wisdom. But
Mm-hmm.
if you're messy, you give that other stuff. So I just took the approach that anybody that sat in my chair is going to hear about Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how that happened.
Well, awesome. Awesome. Well, that's all the questions I have for you today. Do you have anything else you would like to share?
Oh, that's all your questions? Okay, well, let me tell you one thing. So listen, here's I know this is ghetto, y'all, but look, when I started, I couldn't afford buying labels. And so I went on this little DUI situation, and I'm gonna say white folks do some good stuff, okay? So what I found out is you could print on paper and then take tape, y'all, and put the tape over the design. So that means that you can only make the design as big as the size of the tape that you got.
Mm-hmm.
Put the tape over it, cut that one section so it's not so big, put it in warm water, and the color transfers to the tape, and boom, you got a label. I did that for my first year. So the tape cost $3.49, and the print cost whatever that cost in your area, like 30 cents or whatever like that. And you could put as many on that paper, you feel me? And so I just had a bunch of labels.
That was very, very smart. I would never thought to do that, honey. I would never thought. Never.
Yeah, I did. I still have them as backup. Like if I ever can't afford to go and get
Mm-hmm.
it printed like at the place, I still got my old ones as backup with the tape.
Look, look, we have to be very, very strategic sometimes when it comes to starting our own business. Like you
Mhm.
just really just set an example that there's no excuse. There is always a way to get your business or your product or your service out there, no matter how
Yes.
much money you have.
Yeah. And nobody knew. It's funny. Like nobody knew. They thought that they actually thought those labels were better than what I'm using now. And I'm like, that's tape.
See?
Well, that's it. That's all I got for everybody. There is always a way. Don't give up. Um, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in you when nobody else does.
Mm-hmm.
And if God gave it to you, don't back out of it, because a lot of times we say I don't know if God told me that, but He did. So
Mm-hmm.
don't let nobody else tell you that He didn't, and change that. So
Yeah.
that's my only advice right there. There's a way. Use tape. I'm just playing.
Look, listen, but yeah, like I've been telling people lately, like if God tell you gave you something to do, like an assignment, whether it's a business or something like that, or a service, just do it. If he's telling you to do it, go ahead and do it. He already done made a provision for you to do it. You just have to move your feet.
Right.
And the fear, like, he ain't give us a spirit of fear, just have to cast that down. But just go ahead and move your feet, and you be so surprised how God will just go ahead and just lay everything out for you right then and there, and it'll just all fall in place.
Yeah, I agree with you. And one more thing too, I think that it's in our nature to look at numbers,
Mm-hmm.
right? We're like, oh, I don't see the numbers. I don't see people engaging with me. Listen, somebody is watching you, And when God gives you that thing, we're hoping that one person gets saved, right? So it's just that one. It could be just that one, and you did your job. I just thought, and you never know. But my hope, and that's the thing, don't expect to see instant gratification,
Yeah.
because that's where we live in, that popcorn society. It takes years. It takes years, and you're right about the spirit of fear, because I have shut my business down every time I felt like I was getting no. Every time the momentum built, like and it was being self-sufficient, I would get scared and I would just shut everything down.
Wow.
And then I had to start all over. You know what I'm saying? And so I've done that several times, just because some people have a fear of success. Sometimes you don't. You sabotage yourself, and
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah. Well, I'm
hmm
glad you shared that, because a lot of people don't. Well, you're like a very few person that came on the show that actually admit that, like, once it started growing, like, you shut it down. Like, I just
Yeah, I'll say I need a social media break and get scared. I didn't know social media break. I just
the spirit of fear had came in and took over.
came in and took all the way over. And so like now I've been delivered from that. You know what I'm saying? I can go ahead and build and then keep going. But like I just always had different things. Like, what if people don't receive me? What if it gets too big and they talk about me? Like, how to respond? I still had a spirit of anger too, because I got a mouth. So I was like, God, don't make me big until I could get to control this mouth, because they're not ready for the smoke, and they won't see me in you.
Look, I had to say, look, it was something, I forgot what it was, but I don't know. It was just something, and I was just like, and I don't know what I told God, but it was something me who was talking back and forth, and I was just like, God, they ain't ready for this smoke. They ain't ready for this smoke. They ain't ready.
Yeah.
Like, work on me, God, because I ain't ready for this smoke.
I had to talk to him the last 2 days, because as believers we make mistakes, and I don't think we give ourselves grace.
Yeah.
I was cussing a lot the last 2 days. I ain't gonna lie to you. And last night, I was like, my friend messaged me, and she sent me an invite to a birthday, and I was like, okay, good. And then when your friend waits a minute and then they like say something else, and I'm like, she's like, you all right? I was like, just pray for me. Just
Yeah.
just pray for me, because I've been cussing for like 2 days, right? And so she was like, why don't you just repent, and then forgive them? I was like, oh, you know what? You're right. And so
Had to get a reminder.
yeah, because I was in my pride, right? And so I think as entrepreneurs and believers and stuff like that, because somebody reported my page and I wasn't able to make money. I had gotten my feelings, right? And so we forget that we will have moments where we're not so Christian. The point is don't do that on social media. So I normally would have done it on social media. That's how I know I got delivered. So now I'm good. I'm ready to go. Me and God, we ready to go. I'll just cuss the God, and then he correct me.
Yeah.
Or he sent one of my friends, like you or the other one, be like, Jamie, what are you doing? Are you cussing? Yes, in Jesus' name. So that's it. I think everybody can win if they have Jesus, for real.
Yeah, they can.
That's it. If you ain't got Jesus, I don't know what you're gonna do.
Yeah, same here. I don't know. But
You don't got nothing else?
huh?
You don't got no more questions?
No, I don't. I'm gonna share, if you won't have anything else you're gonna want to share, I can share your social media handles. You can tell us how we can get your products
Oh
and
yeah.
all that good stuff.
All right.
So let me get this sharing. So tell us how we can get in contact with you and get your products and your services.
All right. So if you're looking for products, you're looking to book an appointment with me. If you're looking for life coaching sessions, that's all at Jay's Butter. And my website is www.jaisbutter.com, jaysbutter.com. If you are just looking to listen to me rant, I guess to say, or give my testimony and get to know me on a personal level, then that will be on Instagram and TikTok. All at Jamie Radiance Moorehead. And that's my full name. So choose, but I mean, you could start with getting to know me, and then you can buy my stuff. I mean, whatever you want to do. That's it. That's it.
All right, you guys. So make sure you check Jamie out. And if you want to get in contact with me, you can give me a phone call. My number is 910-317-0396. You can shoot me an email at contact@mjfinancial.biz. You can schedule a consultation with me, you guys, at www.mjfinancial.biz. You can listen to this episode on Anchor, you guys, and then you can find the replay back for this video on the M&J Financial Management YouTube channel. So thank you once again, Jamie, for being a guest on the show. I highly appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it.
Like,
but I'll talk to you later for real. Like,
guys, we will see you on the next episode of Tips with T.